Do you know what? It actually came out that the police force were forced to go through... Here it is. Hampshire police forced staff to endure diversity training against their will. Diversity training! There's that word again. Guys, do we know what diversity means around these ports? We sure as fuck do. Diversity means dispersing the white man. Yep. Diversity means anything but white. Read this news report. Hampshire police forced staff to endure diversity training against their will. Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Constabulary forced staff to endure diversity training against their will despite receiving warnings against doing so. It has emerged. Following a racism and misogyny scandal which led to the dismissal of 5 officers in 2021, the force, whose officers handcuffed Henry Novak as he lay dying on the street of Southampton, introduced a mandatory equality and inclusion training program. Do you know what this mandatory equality and inclusion training program excludes? The lives of white people. That's right. It trains you to go to a scene of a crime and immediately doubt that the white person is telling the truth. It's a taxpayer-funded scheme. Yay! The taxpayer-funded scheme cost nearly $1 million. No, that is $1 million. Nearly £1 million. Roughly 144 quid for every employee over a 3-year period. Hampshire's police 6,250 members of staff were all made to undergo the in-house initiative. However, after interviewing officers, Reading University's professor Netta Weinstein, one of the training course's creators... I'm sorry. Netta Weinstein is one of the course's creators? It's not the Jews, guys. You can't make this shit up. You just can't. She created this course. She made it. Where we see the least success in DEI training is when it's introduced as a reaction to a negative incident, which you'll always have as long as you have DEI training. The f are you talking about? You can't. Do you understand? I'm going to put this in perspective for you. Do you understand how absolutely counterintuitive it is to have DEI training at a police force? Do you know? Do you know how up this is? DEI is the assumption that every race should be treated equally and behaves as such. Okay? They behave equally. They do same proportions of the crime as each other, as reflected by their percentage of the population. We need to have diversity of criminals, diversity of victims, diversity of those that work in the police force. Unfortunately, the crime stats do not reflect this. So you have police showing up to repeatedly, over and over again, brown people committing so much crime, but approaching it with DEI, which means they're going to be skeptical and dubious and most likely lenient on a brown or black offender. That's literally what that means. That's the only way DEI can be applied to something like criminals and violent crime. It's the only way it can be applied. What the is police DEI training? I've once again shown up to the scene of a crime. It's another black guy, but I've arrested like 80 black guys this week. Shall I arrest him? I don't want to set off the DEI. I don't want to offset the DEI quota. Over. It comes in. It's like, yeah, let him go. Let him go. Didn't do anything. How else is that meant to be applied? How else is that meant to be applied? It's another black guy. It's another black guy. Shall I arrest him? No. No, you can't. You've arrested too many. Arrest the white guy. But he didn't do anything. In fact, he's been stabbed. It doesn't matter. We need those stats up, man. We've arrested too many black. There's only 2% of this city is black people, and all we've done is arrest black people all day. Bring in the white kid. He's dead. Bring him in. Bring him in anyway. Often training is mandated, legislation is reinforced, and there is pressure to conform. Do you know what DEI is? It's represented. It's represented by goth. DEI? Oh yeah, leftist goths and leftist punks. Yeah, DEI. It's all about giving black people a fair shot. There's a reason why black people don't operate and occupy spaces that white people typically do in the numbers that white people do. There's 2 reasons why that's the case. 1, racially speaking, they're dumber. And 2, there's less of them. Do you understand? There's less of them. If black people only represent like 4% of a city, don't expect more than 4% of the office to be black. Stop being... You wanna artificially inflate and overrepresent their positions in this company because they're black? When personal failings, biases, were highlighted, attendees can feel criticized or punished. The psychology professor added, this kind of training can backfire, resulting in reinforcing bias or counterproductive behaviors. How the fuck else was DEI training meant to pan out? How the fuck else? DEI, the globalist perspective on crime, is going, by its very nature, is going to have to implement bias, for it to level out. The force's staff were trained to be aware of racism, which to this day still has a moving target for its definition. Unconscious bias and privilege alongside contested critical race theory. Hell, alongside privilege. I'm curious, how's Henry Novak's privilege looking real quick? How's Henry Novak's privilege? You read this and you understand exactly why the police officers handcuffed a dying kid. A recent survey uncovered by the Times found 1 in 7 of those at Hampshire police had felt controlled and pressured to adopt these notions, living in fear that mistakes would have been held against me. A fifth also said they feared being rejected for saying the wrong thing. The feminized society that we live in is responsible for this. I mean, the psychology professor that made this course in the first place, that made the DEI course in the first place, is a female Jew. Is anyone surprised? Anyone surprised in chat? You've got men trying to do the most effective, most efficient job they possibly can. And what are they having to do? That's right. They have to do DEI initiative programs made by a Jewish woman. When you arrive on the scene of a crime, you need to make sure you arrest the white boy because he's probably the culprit. The same defense used to justify not pursuing criminal charges against those involved in grooming gang scandals. It's not the Jews, everybody. Tens of thousands of pounds in taxpayer cash were handed to external firms to consult and create training materials for the Force's Inclusion Matters program. Inclusion matters. In what way? In what way? In what way does it matter? One company called Inclusive Employers Limited were paid 54 grand to deliver workplace banter and bullying training. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Pucka Films were handed 10 grand to craft an educational film which would explore police bias in an effort to increase sensitivity and critical thinking. A two-tier policing row has erupted across the country and the world because it's real. It exists in the wake of Mr. Novak's murder, but the former head of policing's National Diversity Plan has insisted it is the responsibility of Britain's police forces to end racism in society. What the? Oh, I'm so tired of racism. I really am. Deputy Assistant Commissioner Alison Haydari said she wanted the race action plan to be embedded in the DNA of policing. You want to have an anti-racism stance when it comes to policing? Do you know what happens when you try to implement that? Henry Novak dies. Violent crimes are committed so disproportionately that you could not possibly implement a fair, non-racial perspective on this. There's no way. Henry Novak was in cuffs, dying because of this shit. However, the senior officer warned, in terms of DEI with Trump, one of the things that I do fear is that some of that will then be translated into the narrative that we have in the UK. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about there. Police chiefs have since launched an urgent review into two-tier policing guidelines in the wake of two-tier policing was going to be the only outcome from DEI being taught to police. It was going to be the only outcome, because you would have to treat white people different to brown people because of the disproportionate acts of crime that were being committed. It was the only way you could make it work. You treat white people worse, you treat black people better, hopefully to narrow the disparity in their crime statistics. That's what it is. It was the only way. Two-tier policing was a necessity to make DEI in policing actually work. You would have to treat white people worse and black people better to narrow the bridge between them. Both the Conservatives and Reform UK have pledged to scrap DEI schemes being rolled out across Britain. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp, bit of his name missing there. The police should be concentrating on the basics of protecting the public and catching criminals who happen to be brown all the time. They don't need to be learning about the history of a particular ethnic group or attending to engage in social engineering. The police simply treat all groups the same, no more, no less. Finally, some sense. It was a man, right? Yeah, Chris Philp. Yeah, a man had to come in and say what the flappy woman wouldn't say. The nonsense in critical race theory and so-called anti-racist ideology is divisive, itself racist, and in policing context actually dangerous to the public. Yeah, there's a dead kid. The kid's dead. One of the protesters, I've called it, here it is. One of the protesters in Southampton has been up in court today, pleaded guilty to throwing a traffic cone. He's 21 and was in full-time employment. District judge has remanded him in custody and told him to expect 3 to 5 years. If he was black or brown, what would be his sentence? One of the protesters for Southampton is now going to see 3 to 5 years in prison. He's going to lose his job. He's going to lose his house, all of his dependents. Oh no, because he threw a traffic cone at police.
bass drop in the quiet room. Wall shake when the speakers boom. Whole crowd in a rising mood. One spark in the night consume. Turn the vibe to the sky crack. Hit the world quiet, white back. Every beat like a riot. Every ball like a lightning flash. Let the bass shake the whole ground. Let it sound to the walls down. When the silence feel too loud. When the storm in the crowd. Mic check like
hey, bro, this shit
like
might be working finally, dog.
Every verse on a wall script. I don't rap just to entertain. Every ball break a metal chain. If the system wanna play safe, I ignite where the rebels reign. Fast mind with a sharp blade. Every rhyme like a cascade. Whole stage in a rampage. On the truth in the dark age. They fear when the crowd rise. Truth loud when the sound rise. Every line like a sunrise. Breaking through all the blind eyes. Turn the vibe to the sky crack.
Hey, this is a chat box.
Hit the world quiet, white back. Every beat like a riot. Every ball like a lightning flash. Let the bass shake the whole ground. Let it sound to the walls down. When the silence feel too loud. With a storm in the crowd. Runway turn to a better
Hey, thanks for hopping in, guys. Y'all, I just want to test this shit out, man. See how this shit works.
Voice with a bold tone. I design every throne zone. Let the culture feel unknown. I rebuild with a chrome pone. Luxury with a rebel vibe. I talk with the rebels ride. They want safe when the levels rise.
Hey, you guys don't have to be in here. I was just testing this shit out. I appreciate you guys hopping in. I'm probably gonna go live tonight, do some shit, but for real though, I love you guys.
Turn the vibe to the sky crack. Hit the world quiet, white back. Every beat like a riot. Every ball like a lightning flash. Let the bass shake the whole ground. Let it sound to the walls down. When the silence feel too loud. With a storm in the crowd. Great smoke in the backstage hall. Cold hearts when the speakers call. Past pain in the echo wall. Still scream when the system stall. They want calm but the mind loud. Truth raw in a dark crowd. Every beat like a blackout. Still alive when the lights out. We survive through the endless night. Turn the vibe to the sky crack. Hit the world quiet, white back. Every beat like a riot. Every ball like a lightning flash. Let the bass shake the whole ground. Let it sound to the walls down. When the silence feel too loud. With a storm in the crowd. No silence. Surrender. Just sound. Forever louder. Call on my name, still we ride, still we fade. Velvet skyline. Gold on my grave when I die in the light. Black tinted shades, can't sleep at night. Smile for the crowd, but the soul not right. Crown too cold, but I hold it tight. Gold on my grave, stitched in pain. Diamonds drip like acid rain. Hand to the sky, but we still in chains. Luxury lost in designer veins. Silk line coffin, I dress for the war. Runway rebel from the concrete floor. Harlem nights turn global tours. Now the world wanna mirror my aura. Flag both under the storm aesthetic. Front row center, poetic and kinetic. Private jet lag, mind synthetic. Fame magnetic, but soul electric. Gallery grief in a golden frame. Champagne tears don't numb the flame. Every success got a hidden claim. Went too big, now they scream my name. Velvet whispers under the breath. High ride views, but I feel the depth. Luxury stitch with a thread of death. Every inhale tastes like regret. Gold on my grave when I die in the light. Black tinted shades, can't sleep at night. Smile for the crowd, but the soul not right. Crown too cold, but I hold it tight. Gold on my grave, stitched in pain. Diamonds drip like acid rain. Hands to the sky, but we still in chain. Luxury lost in designer, man. Dead end thoughts in the penthouse suite. Marble floor, but the air don't breathe. Smoke curl slow while the baseline creep. Night shift mind, never rest in peace. Grayscale vision, the world on mute. Money talk, but the trust they lose. Ghosts in the mirror wear $1,000 suits. Smile real sharp, but they edge still brutal. Static buzzing in the bloodstream. Life looks sweet, but it tastes like codeine. Pressure rising, don't don't intervene. Silence louder than a scream. Chrome reflections of who I was. Still got dirt on designer cuffs. Built from ash, I don't talk too much. All this noise, but I move like hush. Gold on my grave when I die in the light. Black tinted shades, can't sleep at night. Smile for the crowd, but it's so not right. Crown too cold, but I hold it tight. Gold on my grave, it's stitched in pain. Diamonds drip like acid rain. Hands to the sky, but we still in chain. Luxury lost in designer. Mirror talk, but it don't reply. Laugh too hard when I feel like I'm dying. Fast lane hard with a slow decline. Neon post in a dark design. Stage lights burn, but I freeze inside. Crowd so loud, but I wanna hide. Every blessing got a darker side. Everything got a sacrifice. Heartbeat sync with the highest now. Mind race fast, can't double back. Pop champagne, but it tastes like ash. Smile wild with a panic mask. Fame so heavy, it bend my spine. Gold so bright, but it's still my shine. Pray for peace, but I chase the clown. Lost in luxury over time. Gold in my grave when I die in the light. Black tinted shades, can't sleep at night. Smile for the crowd, but it's so not right. Crown too cold, but I hold it tight. Gold in my grave, it's stitched in pain. Diamonds drip like acid rain. Hands to the sky, but we still in chain. Luxury lost in designer vein.
Ooh, gold on my grave, gold on my name. Still we ride, still we fade.
Mirror crack, but they talk back. Face split with a fault that. Halo tilt with a cross that. Truth high with a cost that. I seen kings lose crown weight. I seen guys to their own fate. If the man slip one day, who you are when the dog break?
We built mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be know this day? Who you be know this day?
Silk suit in the glass room. Flash bulbs like a fast doom. Art light, but they pass on. Fame bloomed in a black moon. Trend set, but I bend rules. High fashion with old wounds. Harlem breath in the cold fumes. Luxury within close tunes. They see gloss, not the fracture. They see pose, not the capture. They see drip, not the rapture. Whole scene, just an actor. But I built mine from grid floors. Pink stones and brick walls. If the mirror won the store, I stay red, no remorse.
We built mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be know this play? Who you be know this play?
Let me peel back, lay it like an onion skin. Underneath the grin where the hunger been. All the ego split, now we juggling. Slim shaded with a grin, still doubling. Every accolade, a dagger edge. Every headline with the man is fed. I outwrote what they ever said, but I can't outrun what's in my head. Rapid fire thoughts in a chamber spin. Self-doubt like a Chamberlain. Hall of Fame, but I'm caged within. Fame tax, what it payment in. You can clap for the wordplay, but the silence hit Thursday when the crowd don't survey who I am in the worst way.
We built mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be know this day? Who you be know this day?
Fast tone, but the mind slow. Pass run, but the time no. Every rhyme like a blindfold. Tight rope where the signs go. Dreamville with a raw pen. Old sins, but I outgrow. Crowd scream when the bars bend. But who quiet when the heart low? Young genius with the doubt streak. Sharp blade with the cut deep. Every win with the crowd see. Have a memory lost with the house. Keep it the beat fade, I'm still me. No stake, I'm still free. Mic off, who I still be. Same kid with a big dream.
We built mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be know this day? Who you be know this day?
New face with a fast glow. Old doubts in the back row. They scream when the rack show, but they don't know the backstory. 2 phones in a cold night. Bright screen in a low light. Fast life, but it's slow bite. Young king in a grown fight.
Mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be know this day? Who you be know this day?
New face with a fast glow. Old doubts in the back row. They scream when the rack show. But they don't know the backstory. 2 phones in a cold night. Bright screen in a low light. Fast life, but it's slow bite. Young king in a grown fight. Internet got a long lens. New trends with a false friends. Both feet with it all blends. But the truth with a call ends. If the hype die tomorrow, still breathe, still borrow. From the sorrow, build now, no high low. We build mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be, no display. Who you be, no display. North side with a calm stare. No mask, I was born rare. No cap in the warfare. No grind from a cold lair. In the street, want a shade man, but I never been a made man. That depend on my main plan. On land, no fake brand. UK tone in the real voice. No puppet when I seal choice. If the fame wanna steal poise. Still king with a steel noise. Mirror test in the dark room. No flex, just a sharp tune. If the world wanna mark you, be solid when they spark you. We build mirrors out of fame, painted gold over pain. Every smile got a chain, every crown got a stain. If the lights fall away and the crowd don't stay, who you be, no display. Who you be, no display. And the lights dim slow and the stage don't glow. No crowd, no show, just breath and soul. Mirror clear, no disguise, no applause, no lies. Who you are in the quiet, that's the real prize. Hey. Whispers echo through marble walls. Every crown got a hidden cost. Every wind feel half lost. City feel like a maze of gold. Every cigarette already sold. Bright lights, but the air feel cold. Too late when the truth unfolds. Hey, old trap maze, running through the haze. Fat money, dark days. No map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag. Every friend got a disguise mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last. Black suit, black quiet, right room, real one. Know the don't know. Fake love, to the room, money bloom like a wound. I've been calm with the still mind. Seen lawyer decline. Every deal got a thin line. Every star got a dark side. They smile when the checks clear, disappear when the stress near. So I move like a chess tier, 3 steps from the next sphere. City loud, but I move ghost. Trust none, it's the code. Most if they watch, let them watch close. I survive when the odds gross. Cold trap maze, running through the haze. Fat money, dark days. No map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag. Every friend got a disguise mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last. Silk coat in the gallery. Pink stones like a battery. They want fame, but the salary come with ghosts and reality. Harlem roots in the red tone. Top flow, but the air gone. Luxury like a glass throne. Look strong, but the crack shown. They chase hype like a gold rush. I design when the door shut. Whole scene all get a cold hush when the aura got more touch. Runways turn to war fields. Art deals and concealed shields in a maze. Made of big deals. Only few know the real. Every road got a dead end. Every clown need a new plan hand. Every crown need a strong head when the pressure get intense. Old trap maze, running through the haze. Fat money, dark days. No map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag. Every friend got a disguise mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last. Quick with a blade pen. Every rhyme more like a Ray-Ban. Atlanta with a flame band. Still sharp with a plain band. They watch every move close, but they don't see the truth. Ghost of the doubt when the room froze. Still breathe when the truth shows. Dream big with a long climb. Every bar like a landmine. Hit the fame, want a blind eye. I still see through the false sign. No stage, still me strong. Mic off, still dream long. Same kid with a scheme drawn. Just wiser when the team gone. Gold trap maze, running through the haze. Fat money, dark days. No map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag. Every friend got a disguise mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last. Gold trap maze, running through the haze. Fat money, dark days. No map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag. Every friend got a disguise mask. mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last.
Gray smoke in a hotel light. Bad dog in a restless night. Fast fame like a parasite. Looks good, but it bites twice. They want cash, but the soul price. Whole life on a cold dice. Every win feel like thin ice. Every grin and how to broke vice. Late night with a pain state. Champagne in a great day. The world wanna play fake. Expose what the might say. Walk road with a stress whip. Dark with the chest gift. If the gang wanna test this, we survive through the wreckage.
Gold trap maze, running through the haze. Bad money, dark days, no map through this phase. Every smile got a price tag, every friend got a disguise mask. If you win, better run fast. This game never come last.
Eyes on the glass walls, truth that go through the halls. No maze, but we stand tall. Few escape from it, I fall. Sunrise on the glass walls, truth that go through the halls. No maze, but we stand tall. Few escape from it all.
Midnight skyline, breathing slow, breathing slow, breathing slow. Gold walls cracking, nobody know. Been out quiet, but the mind too loud. City under me, I don't feel proud. Cameras flat, but I see no crowd. Smile pilot, but the fear unbowed. From the concrete to marble stairs, silk line suits, high battle scars. Luxury living in invisible bars. Fast life moving like stolen cars. Velvet curtains block the sun. Victory lap, but I never won. Every lesson weigh a ton. Every king still on the run. Lights flicker in the hallway long. Echo whisper say something wrong. Gold don't fix what's been gone. Silence louder than applause song. Static in the palace, voices in the wall. Diamonds on my neck, but the empire fall. Living like a guy, but it feels so small. When the lights cut off, who I call. Static in the palace, crown stable. Feast at the throne, but the heart not able. Built this dream from a broken table. Now the king feels disposable. Dark room glow from the street light, you real slow, but the thought break through.